The wind stopped howling, and 6 experienced climbers watched as River Phoenix and Johnny Depp hung from ropes on a cliff face when their mountain guide told them that stunts don't prepare for real heights. Mount Whitney, California, August 1992. The eastern face rises 14,000 feet above sea level, where authentic mountaineering requires technical skill, physical endurance, and psychological strength that can't be developed through Hollywood stunt coordination or controlled filming environments. This isn't a movie set with safety harnesses hidden from camera view. It's genuine wilderness where climbers face real consequences for technical mistakes, equipment failures, and psychological breakdowns that can't be edited out or repeated for better camera angles. Mount Whitney embodies uncompromising natural challenge, exposed granite faces that offer minimal protection from weather extremes, loose rock that tests equipment placement decisions under pressure, altitude effects that reduce oxygen availability while demanding maximum physical performance from climbers whose preparation determines survival rather than scene completion. River Phoenix, 22 years old, methodically checks his climbing gear while processing technical instruction from experienced mountaineers whose expertise represents years of high-altitude climbing that extends far beyond entertainment industry adventure sequences designed for dramatic effect rather than authentic outdoor skill development. Beside him, Johnny Depp studies route maps with characteristic intensity, his own physical conditioning reflecting serious preparation for climbing challenges that require sustained effort and technical precision rather than brief stunt sequences performed with extensive safety support and professional coordination. This level of exposure is completely different from controlled environments, River observes, noting the psychological demands of genuine risk where technical mistakes have real consequences that can't be edited out or repeated for better camera angles. No safety nets or second takes, Johnny agrees, recognizing the parallel between authentic mountaineering and genuine challenge that prioritizes survival skills over dramatic performance designed to create compelling footage rather than develop actual competency. Their expedition begins with appreciation for mountaineering culture that demands respect for natural forces, technical expertise, and physical preparation that most entertainment industry professionals never develop despite participating in adventure-themed film projects. Mount Whitney attracts serious climbers whose mountaineering commitment reflects deep engagement with outdoor challenge rather than casual adventure tourism designed to provide exciting experiences without requiring fundamental skill development or psychological growth that defines authentic climbing education. Most celebrities who attempt serious climbs expect modified routes and enhanced safety protocols, explains David Chen, an experienced guide whose own climbing background encompasses decades of high-altitude expeditions. They assume fame and fitness translate into mountaineering competency without understanding technical knowledge and mental preparation that real climbing demands. As their ascent progresses, both actors demonstrate genuine respect for mountain guides whose expertise represents lifetime dedication to outdoor skills that most film professionals never develop, despite greater financial resources and access to professional instruction. Their lead guide is Sarah Summit Morrison, a 38-year-old professional mountaineer whose 15-year career includes scaling peaks on 6 continents, training military special forces, and maintaining climbing safety standards that prioritize competency development over client accommodation or commercial convenience. Morrison represents authentic mountaineering tradition, technical mastery earned through thousands of hours on rock and ice, risk assessment skills developed through experience with equipment failures and weather emergencies, leadership ability that prioritizes team safety over individual ego or commercial success. She moves up the granite face with fluid efficiency earned through climbing excellence, her presence commanding attention from team members who recognize genuine outdoor authority rather than manufactured expertise that depends on certification rather than demonstrated competency under pressure. At 8,000 feet elevation, Morrison calls rest position while evaluating team progress and individual performance levels that determine route decisions and safety protocols for increasingly difficult sections that require technical skill rather than physical strength alone. River and Johnny appreciate the complexity of route finding that requires reading rock conditions, weather patterns, and team capabilities to make decisions that affect everyone's safety rather than individual achievement or personal challenge satisfaction. That's when Morrison's assessment of their climbing performance takes an unexpectedly critical direction during technical instruction about advanced techniques required for the summit approach that tests both skill and psychological preparation. Phoenix, your technique shows good fundamental training, Morrison evaluates after observing River's movement through a challenging section, but you're climbing like you expect safety support that doesn't exist at altitude. You need to trust your own assessment and equipment placement completely. River accepts her guidance professionally while recognizing limitations in his preparation that become apparent under genuine climbing conditions rather than controlled training environments where mistakes don't carry serious consequences.
Depp, Morrison continues after watching Johnny navigate a technical sequence, your conditioning is solid, but you're approaching moves like choreographed sequences rather than problem-solving that adapts to rock conditions. Real climbing requires constant adjustment that can't be rehearsed. Johnny acknowledges her instruction while maintaining confidence in physical abilities developed through intensive training and stunt work that prepared him for climbing challenges, despite lacking extensive mountaineering experience on genuine expeditions. As they continue ascending toward more difficult sections, both actors attempt technical moves that require precise equipment use, risk calculation, and psychological commitment to exposure that tests preparation levels developed through training rather than actual high-altitude experience. Morrison observes their performance with growing concern about psychological preparation for sections that require complete confidence in personal skills without backup support or professional safety coordination that film work typically provides. 5 seconds pass as Morrison evaluates their technical ability and mental readiness for summit sections, where confidence must be based on genuine competency rather than external support systems that don't exist in authentic mountaineering environments. Stunts don't prepare for real heights, Morrison declares while they hang from ropes on exposed cliff face, her words carrying authority earned through distinguishing entertainment industry preparation from mountaineering skill development that requires different psychological and technical foundation. Her assessment exposes fundamental difference between controlled stunt work that simulates danger for camera footage and genuine climbing that demands complete self-reliance and technical competency without external safety support or professional coordination that most celebrities expect. Other climbers on the route process this evaluation with understanding of preparation differences that require separate training approaches rather than assuming stunt experience automatically qualifies climbers for authentic mountaineering challenges despite surface similarities. Johnny's initial reaction shows defensive pride in his preparation and training regimen, his confidence conflicting with direct challenge from expert whose mountaineering authority can't be questioned based on entertainment industry experience or stunt coordination success. But instead of escalating toward confrontation that could compromise team safety and expedition success, River demonstrates immediate understanding that prevents defensive positioning while acknowledging legitimate expertise gap that requires honest assessment. Sarah, River says from his rope position, his voice carrying genuine concern rather than wounded pride, are you saying our preparation isn't adequate for the summit sections? We need to know, honestly, whether we should continue or turn back for safety reasons. Morrison appreciates River's direct question about safety rather than defensive response to criticism, recognizing his willingness to prioritize team welfare over personal achievement goals that might compromise expedition safety. River continues with growing understanding. When you say stunts don't prepare for real heights, are you addressing technical limitations or psychological preparation for sections where we can't depend on external safety support? The question demonstrates River's recognition that mountaineering authenticity involves more than physical training, requiring mental preparation and technical confidence that can't be developed through stunt work despite intensive physical conditioning. Johnny processes River's approach and Morrison's expertise, his defensiveness gradually replaced by recognition that genuine climbing safety requires accepting guidance from professionals whose knowledge extends beyond his current preparation, despite months of intensive training. Sarah, Johnny says seriously, his earlier confidence replaced by genuine concern for team safety. I want an honest assessment of whether our preparation endangers the team. Should we modify our route or turn back rather than risking everyone's safety through overconfidence? Morrison recognizes both actors' revised approach and willingness to prioritize team safety over personal achievement goals, her expression shifting as she appreciates their maturity in accepting professional guidance rather than pushing beyond competency limits. Over following hours, Morrison provides realistic assessment of their abilities while modifying route plans to match actual skill levels rather than original ambitious goals, demonstrating professional responsibility that prioritizes safety over client satisfaction. The expedition continues with appropriate technical challenges that develop genuine climbing competency while respecting natural limits and safety requirements that authentic mountaineering demands from participants regardless of preparation confidence levels. Years later, both actors speak about Mount Whitney as educational about authentic challenge, professional guidance, and personal limitation recognition that requires accepting expert assessment rather than assuming preparation automatically qualifies climbers for advanced objectives.
Morrison occasionally references that expedition as an example of how entertainment industry preparation can be redirected toward genuine skill development when participants choose safety over ego and professional guidance over personal confidence that exceeds actual competency. 5 seconds hanging from ropes in 1992. One moment when stunt experience met mountaineering reality before honest assessment enabled appropriate decision-making. One choice that transformed potential disaster into educational experience and proved that authentic outdoor challenge requires specific skill development rather than assuming general fitness and stub training automatically qualify climbers for genuine mountaineering objectives. The expedition that showed real heights demand respect for natural forces and technical competency that can't be simulated through controlled environments. Because authentic mountaineering depends on self-reliance and risk assessment that entertainment industry experience doesn't necessarily develop despite intensive physical preparation.